everyone, it's DJ here. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to create a MyPay account if you do not already have one. This is especially useful for retirees who got out before the advent of MyPay. This is the best way to manage your retired pay and all of the things that go with it. For example, you can use the MyPay website to change your withholding, to change bank accounts, to get tax statements, to get monthly and annual and change-related statements from DFAS, the Defense Finance and Accounting Service. This is the best and easiest way to manage all things related to your retired pay rather than calling up someone at the National Guard or on reserve or calling DFAS themselves. Now, this is slightly involved, so I have some pictures of each screen that you'll have to go through in order to create a MyPay account. I have the fortunate happenstance of being able to follow along with a retiree and take screen captures as he went, so I'm going to describe exactly what he did in order to create that account. It did take a little while, mostly in the initial call to DFAS to get things going, and it took a little while since he was not exactly computer literate, so he needed a little bit of help there. But for those of you who are more comfortable with a computer, you'll see that this is not hard at all, and you can do it in a few minutes after you get off the phone with DFAS. So for starters, you have to go to the MyPay website. And if you go to any search engine and type in MyPay, it will come up with the correct address, most likely in the first response. But for those who might not want to do that, I will go ahead and post it at the bottom of the screen here so that you can see it. And once you have that site up, you will need to make a call to DFAS in order to get a temporary password. You'll have to answer a few questions about yourself, of course, so that they know that you are you and not just someone trying to pretend to be you. So the first number you have to dial, or the only number you have to dial, is 800-321-1080. So 321-1080, easy to remember. So once you go through the prompts and get a live person on the line, all you have to do is answer those questions and get a temporary password. This will be emailed to you, so please have an email address that you can use and one that you can readily access. I'll show you that as well as we go through everything that you need to do. So here we go. Once you create a temporary password, you then go to the MyPay website and click on the Create a New Account link right under the login information. So it's about the center left of the screen. It says Create New Account. And I'll go ahead, if I haven't already, start showing you the screen captures of each one. So you create New Account, and the very first thing that it wants you to do is enter the login ID if you have one, but you won't in this case, or your social security number. Obviously, you know that, I don't. Then you click the yes, correction, let's see here. Yeah, you click yes, you want to reset your password or request a temporary password. That's already been done. The very next screen says that you want any correspondence regarding getting your password if you lose it, either email to you or mail to your home of record. I recommend email since it's much faster. And then you click Send Me a Password. So then you go check your email. In that message, which will arrive anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, normally much less, you will find an email with your temporary password in it. This password is good one time because you're going to be asked to create a new password once you log in. So take that password and on the MyPay screen again, go back to MyPay, of course. You enter your SSN again, and enter the password you were given. At that point, you hit accept, and it will then ask you to do two things. You will establish a login ID. This is something that you can create yourself. It has to be at least 6 characters long and no more than 129 characters long. Why it would be that long, I have no idea, but it's up to you. You can use your email address as a login ID if you want. And that ID has to have at least an alphanumeric number, hopefully not something easily guessed, and you can use some special characters if you want to do that. You cannot use spaces though, so be very careful when you're entering that login ID. The next thing you need to do down at the bottom of the screen is enter your new password. This is very specific. The password has to be between 9 and 30 characters long, have at least one uppercase and one lowercase letter, at least one number, at least one special character, and if you're resetting your password, if you're creating a new one, it can't have 4 characters from your previous password, so that makes creating new passwords a bit complex. Also, keep in mind that you have to change your password every 150 days. So this is something that you have to be very careful not to lose or forget. After that, hit accept again, and you'll get a confirmation screen. It will say your password and login ID have been established. Please remember your new password. Then you just click continue. After that, you get a very long DoD consent notice and Privacy Act statement. I've got them on the screen here. I actually had to use 2 screens for this, so the rest of the Privacy Act statement is shown here. After you've skimmed over that, hopefully you've read it enough to understand what's happening, but after you've gone over that, you click I agree, and it then brings you to a list of security questions. You have to choose 8 of these, no more, no less. So again, be careful in what you choose. If you have to reset a password or prove your identity in some other way, you will be asked to answer some of the questions on this list. So choose those that you can remember the answers to. And once you've selected 8 questions, you hit submit, and it brings you over to the answers for those questions. So enter the answers. These are going to be case sensitive if you're entering them on the MyPay website. So again, be careful with how you enter those answers. You'll have to be specific. So let's just say if you chose what's your favorite food. If you prefer tacos, then be sure that your answer when you enter it is tacos with a final S and not just taco. So after you've entered the answers, click Submit Answers. That brings you to another confirmation screen saying that your passwords and answers have been saved. Click Continue. It will then have you verify that your email address is correct. Hopefully it is, since you just used it to get your temporary password. And if it is valid, then click Valid. If it's not, click Delete and enter a new email address. Once you've validated your email address, you hit Submit again. You get yet another confirmation screen. All steps have been completed, and if you need to make any further changes, then you can receive emails for that. After that, hit Email Changes, and it will bring you to the main screen of the MyPay site. After logging in, you'll see this is for a military retiree, and it has a nice list of options that you can use to manage your pay. At the very top, you have a monthly retiree account statement, The next option is for annual statements or statements talking about changes in your account. Lower down, you can see under taxes all sorts of options for federal and state withholding and for getting your 1099s for tax purposes every year. The most important one, I would say, most important two, other than the tax statements, are Underpaid Changes in the middle. At the very bottom, you'll see correspondence address, obviously your mailing address there, and direct deposit. So if you want to change where your money goes, you can hit direct deposit and enter the new information for your account there. No more having to call someone like me and ask them to do whatever's necessary to change your account. No more having to call DFAS. So that's very handy. All of these options are great to have. These are wonderful capabilities that greatly simplify taking care of your retired pay. So it's a lot less time on the phone, just a couple of minutes on a website, and you're good to go. This is a secure site, as you see from the password and login ID requirements, so you don't have to worry about identity theft. One side note on that, please do not get onto a public Wi-Fi and make changes there, because public Wi-Fi is susceptible to hacking, and identity theft can happen if you're using public Wi-Fi. I recommend that you do these through your own home computer with your own hardwire, preferably internet connection. So that is it. As you see, it only took me a few minutes to go through that. You can create a MyPay account relatively quickly. In fact, we're at about the 12-minute mark here on the video, and not counting the phone call to DFAS, you can actually create a MyPay account in about that much time. So quick, easy, and you're good to go. It's all on your computer now. You can manage it yourself. Congratulations. That's it for creating a MyPay account. If you have any questions about this, please put them in the comments section below. And of course, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more useful information. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.
If you liked what you heard on today's episode, then please go below and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, please let other people know about this channel and the information it can provide for them. If you have questions or comments, then have no qualms about posting them in the comments section below. Please remember the RC Retirement YouTube channel and the RC Retirement website are not recognized or endorsed by the Department of Defense, the Department of Veterans Affairs, or any other government agency. The information presented in these resources are for entertainment and informational purposes only. Also, the content of either of these resources should not be considered financial or legal advice. Please consult with your own legal counsel, accountant, and financial planner before making any decisions based on what you have learned here. As always, thank you for watching the RC Retirement YouTube channel.